All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 188 of Psycho's Platters. Of course, always sponsored by coffee. So, what's the mighty Psycho going to do today? It's another album review. This time, it is Prince's Purple Rain Deluxe 2-CD edition that just came out. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before. If I remember correctly, that would have been the 23rd of June that came out. Like I said, this is the 2-CD edition. I will explain the others shortly. This is the front. This is the back. Of course, this was always the gatefold, if you remember that, vinyl fans. The lyric booklet. I actually like this picture. That is like a really awesome picture of Prince. Then of course the inside, what they do here is they've got song by song breakdown. They talk to Wendy and Lisa and Bobby Z and Dr. Fink and Brown Mark from the Revolution, and they go track by track pretty much. Of course lyrics as well in here, getting to also the second disc, which I'll mention about that in a minute. But I really get a kick out of that picture too. That is a very awesome picture. So, as everybody knows, when they're watching the new music reviews that I bring up, I always get research. I'll try not to make it so lengthy this time, but this is how it goes. Purple Rain was originally released June 25th, 1984. It was the 6th studio album from him. It was recorded August 83 to March of 84. Over 25 million copies of this has been sold. It is the 6th best-selling soundtrack of all time. By the way, all the sources I got for today, Wiki, Rolling Stone magazine, and a Prince-related website, which I can't remember right now, unfortunately. But so 25 million. It was recorded in Minneapolis and California. It was the first album to feature the backing band, The Revolution. 5 singles came off of this. When Doves Cry from May of 84, Let's Go Crazy, July of 84, Purple Rain, September 84, I Would Die for You, November 84, and lastly, Take Me With You, January of 85. The songs I Would Die for You, Baby I'm a Star, and Purple Rain were actually recorded live from a show on August 3rd, 1983 in Minneapolis. Overdubs and edits were added later. Those were the first live Prince recordings released. Take Me With You originally was supposed to be for an Apollonia 6 album, but Prince pulled it at the last minute for his own. Darling Nikki ended up with the parental advisory stickers on the album. That's right, which I'm going to give you my very bad, because this came up in my brain not too long ago, imagining Bob Dylan singing Darling Nikki as she starts to grind. I know that was horrible, right? Yeah. Okay. Won 2 Grammys. The first one for Purple Rain, of course. Best Rock Vocal by Duo or Group with Vocal. And Best Album of Original Score written for a Motion Picture or TV Special. According to Billboard, 24 consecutive weeks at number 1 from August 84 to January 85, and 32 more weeks in the top 10. After Prince died, 69,000 more copies sold, re-entering the Billboard 200 at number 2. How about that? That's something else. So the rankings go like this, though, for the singles. When Doves Cry and Let's Go Crazy, number 1. Purple Rain hit number 2. I Would Die for You was number 8. Take Me With You was number 25 in the U.S., but it was top 10 in the U.K. The original album, of course, also made it number 1 to the U.S. and number 7 in the U.K. charts. Of course, I mentioned before, Revolution lineup here, Wendy Molvin, Lisa Coleman, Matt Fink, a.k.a. Dr. Fink, Brown Mark, Bobby Z, Apollonia doing backgrounds, and Jill Jones also, who was associated in that world of Prince and Apollonia as well. Half of these members would not stick around past 86. They pretty much would leave, and the only one I think that lasted long enough was Dr. Fink, stuck around till 91 as a member of the early lineup of the New Power Generation. Now, Originally, when this album came out in November of '83, it was reconfigured slightly differently. There was 2 tracks that didn't end up, of course, on this. Wednesday and Father's Song. Father's Song actually makes it onto the second disc here, and I'm going to talk about the second disc in a minute. CD1, of course, the original album, with, of course, Let's Go Crazy, Take Me With You, The Beautiful Ones, Computer Blue, Darling Nikki, When Doves Cry, I Would Die For You, Baby I'm a Star in Purple Rain, actually was remastered in 2015 off the original album. It was supervised by Prince. It was probably one of the possibly the last one of the last things he did while he was alive, actually. And then CD2, of course, from the vault. We got here Dance Electric, Love and Sex, Computer Blue, the Hallway Speech version, Electric Intercourse Studio version, Our Destiny / Roadhouse Garden, Possessed, Wonderful, Velvet Kitty Cat, Katrina's Paper Dolls, Weekend, and Father's Song. Yes. So you got 11 more tracks here on the disc too. Now, I liked pretty much all the bonus material. I'm actually glad that Prince and Warner Brothers, whoever was involved in archiving this stuff and putting it out here, I'm glad they did it, okay? I liked pretty much all of them, but Electric Intercourse and the Our Destiny Roadhouse Garden one. Velvet Kitty Cat was kind of a silly song in a way, and I did actually like Father's Song. It's a nice piano instrumental as well. But I will say this. Like I said, I'm very glad that they put this out. The first CD, the remaster, it actually does sound like it's a little bit more punchier and yet a little more louder than the original one. I bought 2 vinyl copies. I got a cassette copy. I bought a CD version a long time ago, like early 90s of Purple Rain back then, okay? So to me, at least from my memory, it does sound louder and punchier in parts. There is different versions of this. Like I said, I got this 2 CD one, Target, $12.99 right now on sale. Yeah, I hate sounding like a commercial, but I thought I'd tell you guys where to get things. There is also a 3 CD DVD edition, and the 3rd CD attached to this is single edits and B-sides, and the DVD is a whole concert live at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse, New York, from March 30th of '85. That version you pretty much can get for $24.99. I think Best Buy right now has got the best bang for the buck on that too. So, long-windedness, Mighty Psycho, do you recommend this? Of course I do. If you are a Prince fan, if you're a Purple Rain fan, yes, get this. Because I'll tell you, this second CD, it's worth it. It really is worth it for the price of admission here, okay? And just to be able to hear these songs again, it took me back to being 16, 17 years old, this album. To me, truthfully, in my opinion, I think this was the best album he ever did. I came on board, courtesy of MTV, when 1999 came out. All right, that was when Prince landed on my musical radar. This was, like I said, the next step, the next logical step. It's so many different influences here. I can hear the Hendrix influences. There's the other stuff too. The strings on some songs. I mean, it's got its little. It's like a masterpiece. Yeah, I'm gonna call it his masterpiece. This is what it is to me. I did follow Prince for the next couple albums. Probably Sign of the Times was probably the last album I remember buying. Maybe Diamonds and Pearls, but I can at least remember Sign of the Times. I bought that physically. So please go get this if you're a Prince fan or a really cool fan of 80s music. I think you will get a kick out of this. In the comments below, do me a favor. Tell me if you are a Prince fan, what your favorite album or your favorite song is. And if you're not so much a Prince fan, tell me what you like in the kind of the pop funk of the 80s back then. All right, not sure what other project's going to come from the vaults next. I did hear whispers about maybe 1999 being done in the similar vein. That'd be nice. I'd like to hear some of that too. Like I said, very, very, very cool musician, and I think he had like 37, 38